and welcome to Early Start Connecticut Essentials. In this video, we're going to quickly go over some frequently asked questions in ECE Reporter. My name is Dina Miranda, and I'm an Education Services Assistant in the Early Care and Education Division, and I am helping to support the ECE Reporter system. So let's get started. First, we're taking a look here on your screen. This is the login or welcome page that we call it to ECE Reporter. Some key pieces of information are our resources are located up here where you can get access to the help desk, especially if you have not yet requested access to the system. You can click on this and it will bring you to that link. We have Early Start Connecticut space type definitions. That's a big one. There are 12 different space types now versus probably a third of those previous to Early Start. We have the state-funded monthly report submission schedule. When are my monthly reports due? To note, monthly reports for the months of July and August are not due until September 12th or by September 12th. We had given an extension given the transition to Early Start Connecticut. We have a family fee calculator here. We have frequently asked questions, both English and in Spanish. We have data definitions, our privacy policy, a user guide that has been completely revamped and updated in both English and Spanish, and our video tutorials. Right now, the updated tutorials include how to request access to the system and also how to upload an import roster template. So those are some questions that people had asked on where to find these resources. And now we're going to log in. Once you're in the system, you're going to make sure you read the confidentiality agreement, which will come up every single time you log in, and continue. Any pop-up messages should appear here. Make sure you read through these. These are key pieces of information that might also answer your questions. Once you finish reading, you can click close. Now, we ask that you do some verification before you get started into the system in two different places. The first one is the dashboard. This is where you will go as soon as you click on the confidentiality agreement and make sure this information is correct. So your role type here is listed as an ESCT provider, which is correct for me. My associated organizations are both Hartford Agency and CT Agency, and then my program sites. So if this information does not accurately reflect your role, your associated organizations, or your program sites, please submit a help desk ticket and let us know what is incorrect so we can go in and make those changes if necessary. Now, another place to check is up here. If you click on organizations, organizations is going to give you a little more information regarding CT agency and Hartford agency. Remember, those are your assigned, or in this case, my assigned organizations. And then under that is the tile for each program site. For CT agency, I only have one program site, which is correct. And here is other key pieces of information. Your registry ID, your license number, if you have one, your funding source, Early Start Connecticut in this case, and enrolled. Enrolled means I have 4 infant toddler, I have 3 preschoolers, and I have 0 school agers currently enrolled in my program. If I want to know how many funded spaces I was awarded, I will click on this downward arrow and it will provide to me the funding source, the age group, the contract space type, the care level, and the capacity, how many children I can have in each of these different contract space types. So I have school age full-time 2 months, preschool half-time 10 months, infant toddler full-time 12 months. This should reflect the award that you received. Your contract should also have the same information in it. I want to get a little more detail. Another question that we get asked is how to upload or how to add a child record because there are errors. So let's go and flag some key pieces of information. To do that, you'll click on CT agency in my my case here. Now this is going to list the children that I currently have enrolled. So these are all the children that I have entered into the system. We're going to take a look here at Charlie Brown real quick and his file and his records. Some key pieces of information you need to know is everything in dark blue does need to be filled in. It is required. If you're not sure, hover overs where you see these question marks. If you hover over it, a pop-up will appear to explain what we're looking for here. Make sure all of this information, so you need to scroll to the very bottom, including the attestation, needs to be checked before you can hit save and continue. This will move you on to family address, family fees, income, enrollment and funding, and child assessments. A question we get is regarding family fees. Here, the information that you need to add is the weekly fee that you're collecting from the family and also the family income. So household size and annual income are also necessary pieces of information before you can move past to enrollment and funding. So make sure that this is filled in. Now we do have a number here that's an auto calculation of this number that you've entered. We recognize that this is not an accurate number that represents over the course of time due to the fact that some programs do close down for a week or two, or they have some hardships. So this may not be a true reflection here of the monthly fee that you collected for that family. And so we will be removing this feature. So again, you still just need to enter the weekly fee collected here. Enrollment and funding is another one that we've been getting some questions on. People are not looking at their care levels or their space types. So refer back to that organization selector page if you're not sure, your contract, wherever you have it down, but you want to make sure that you're checking on the correct funding source, your space type, your care level. And for funding and enrollment dates of note, they cannot be before July 1st, okay? Your enrollment start date is the date that the child enrolled in a state-funded space, not when the child enrolled into your program. So in this case, there's an error here because the child cannot be enrolled as of June 25th, 2025. The child would have to be enrolled a date from July 1 on. So if I have a child that was attending all summer long, then their previous funding ended on June 30th, and I would start them July 1 in the new funding Early Start Connecticut, and same for the funding start date. So enrollment start date is the date that the child enrolled into a state-funded spot. In this particular case, Early Start Connecticut did not exist prior to July 1st, so it cannot be a date prior to July 1st. Your funding start date would also need to be July 1st or beyond. So again, for children who have attended a summer program or continue to attend a summer program, their funding start date and enrollment date would still be July 1st. Any child or children that you enroll later, August, September, October, those enrollment start dates and funding start dates will reflect when those children actually were put into that state-funded slot. I hope this quick video tutorial has been helpful to you. Again, these were some key pieces or key questions that we've received, and we wanted to get this information out to all of you, or as many of you as we could. So thank you so much for taking the time. We appreciate it and look forward to some more quick videos on our frequently asked questions. Thanks and have a great day.